I'm Bradley Roloff, lead guitar from God Hunter.
And I'm Kendall Brown, drums for God Hunter.
Yeah, today we're missing Greg, Charlie, and Kris. Of course, they were here yesterday, but they couldn't stick around. Of course,
Yeah.
we're God Hunter. We're best described, I guess, as the southern progressive blackened groove thrash.
Bit of few things thrown in the mix, I guess. Yeah, and not one particular sound that we stick to exactly. Sort of all got our sort of spice on it, but influenced by quite a bit of different stuff.
Beautiful, guys. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
No, thanks for having us.
Thank
Oh,
you.
absolute pleasure. So, God Hunter are just about to release your fourth single, Evolver, which comes out on January the 10th. So, tell us a bit about the track from a musical point of view, guys, and what you're going for with it.
I guess original sound was sort of just
a never-ending build.
Yeah, just a build that keeps building was sort of the idea. I had a bit of a riff that seemed to play over itself quite easily, so it was the idea of just that atmosphere build with the sort of the bomb drop right at the end sort of thing. So
and then we didn't have vocals for the track for the longest time, and then so having Kris come into the works really just accentuated that build for us when he comes in with it.
Yeah, Kris put quite a emphasis on the build as he put his vocals into it. Yeah,
very, very cool. And Evolver follows on from your previous singles, God Hunters, Psychonaut, and Shift the Tide. So, how is it different to those songs?
Well, Psychonaut is our southern sludgy sort of flavor coming out. I guess a bit of the obviously the psychedelic side and a bit of the trippy side, a bit of the sludgy side comes into the stoner rock, so to speak. In Psychonaut.
Shift the Tides, I guess, is a little bit more upfront, and then God Hunters, of course, is way more atmospheric, whereas Evolver is just a real constant punch in the face with that build and whatnot. And we really try and bring it in, especially with that really big off the bat live. Of course, we count it in on the ride cymbal, but when we've all come in together, it just feels massive.
Yeah.
So, which sound of those four would you say best represents your sound?
Oh, that's sort of hard. That's kind of hard because the rest of the album's got some very different stuff again. I'd
probably go with Evolver.
Yeah, I'd go with Evolver and Shift the Tides for a bit of that. Yeah, it's heavy,
it's fast,
but there's a bit of groove going on. There's like to have a bit of groove going.
I guess there's a lot of drum oriented stuff, so I guess that's why Kendall gets to let loose a little bit more, and the riffs follow the drums a lot. So I guess those sorts of songs are really good for us.
Yeah.
And all four of the songs are taken from your forthcoming album, Season to the End. So we mentioned that they're all a little bit different musically. So how would you describe the album as a whole? Is there a bit more different stuff on there again?
Yeah, towards the end of their album, there's some definitely some darker, heavier, and some faster stuff.
But I guess saying that there's we got like a little instrumental interlude, so maybe if you're getting a little bit sick of headbanging, it comes in at the perfect time, and then gives you a break for some more headbanging right at the end of the album for the last two songs.
Yeah. There's a pretty little break in there. There's just
everyone needs a little bit of prettiness.
Yeah.
And I understand you plan on releasing each of the 9 songs individually leading up to the full album. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the plan so far, because we don't really have a planned date for the album to come out. Definitely probably in half 2 of 2024. We've been sitting on it for far too long, but of course we got to do it the right way and just get it out one at a time.
Yeah. Is that sort of also like a sign of the modern age where I guess people's attention spans are getting less and less? Like people just want shit in a hurry now. Like, has that influenced the decision a bit?
Yeah, 100%. You got to keep that constant stream. You know, that's like I guess we've been really trying to get into the social media side of stuff at the moment, and constantly pushing those songs is the only way to keep your audience engaged. You know,
For
so I
sure.
think that's going to be the best strategy for us for releasing an album.
Yeah.
And then you're planning to release the full physical album with a special launch party after those 9 songs are out. Is that right?
Absolutely. We haven't planned it and what bands we want to have for us and where we're going to have it. But if you guys have any ideas or any venues, we'd definitely be keen.
Yeah, pull something a little bit different for it.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you based?
We're Fraser Coast. Well, we jam in Maryborough mainly.
Okay.
But we have members from here to Nambour.
Oh, sweet.
One of our guys was up towards Bundy, but he's moved down sort of towards Gympie, sort of Tin Can Bay toward the area now. So
You're a Queensland band.
yeah, we are. Well, actually, us two are actually from New South Wales originally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're both down towards the snow country.
One thing that I love about your music, guys, is it's bloody hard to label. So, what are some of your influences, and how do they come through in your music?
Well, there's definitely influence from all the big names from when we were growing up.
You know, the Panteras, like the In Flames, Lamb of God, Tool sort of thing.
Yeah, bit of Down, Megadeth.
And I guess it's just trying to cherry pick the best bits of those songs, the ones that we really like, that just fulfill our musical ears, if you know what I mean, and to make it into our own songs.
So it's sort of hard for me to gauge because I'm not a musician, but when you're taking all those influences and you talk about making them into your own songs, like how fine of a line is there between imitation and inspiration, and then like where do you draw that line?
Oh, yeah, there is definitely. It is definitely a fine line. Yeah. Like there's always that catch that there is only so many combinations there's only so many notes, there's only so many combinations of notes. So just about every pattern you can think of has been done by someone at some point, and it's all you've got to put your own
spin on it.
Your own spin, your own spin, your own how you accent things and all that sort of thing is how you make it your own, I guess. But
I guess at the end of the day, imitation is the finest form of flattery, as they say. You think back to Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles when he did Sgt. Pepper's a couple of days after, they released that, so I always try and keep a couple of dime bag licks in my solos and stuff like that just to pay homage.
Why not, brother? And have you guys got any live shows coming up in the near future?
Yeah, we've got a couple starting 10th of February. We've got a local do here. We've got Psychosphere, another local heavy band here, Ruination, and Remy Grasser coming up from the sunny coast. That's our first one off the bat. And then there's a handful running through the year. 20th of April, we're running Metal United Down Under here in Maryborough. Again, last year's went really well. This one will be even better, I hope. That's at the local RSL here in Maryborough. And a couple other local shows, and we'll be reaching out for a few spots down in Brizzy very shortly as well. But later on in the year, we'll hopefully do a trek from here down to Canberra and stop at plenty of spots along the way.
Where can people follow the band and keep up with what you're up to?
You're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. I try and put a lot on YouTube. Put it there first and have everything bleed out. But you can follow us at godhunter_2022 on Instagram and godhunter333 everywhere else.
Beautiful, boys.
And of course, the Spotify.
And Spotify, cool. Well, thanks for your time today, guys. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and make sure you let me know when you do make it down to Brisbane. I'll come along and have a beer for sure.
Yeah,
sure,
definitely.
mate. Cheers. Thank you very much for your time.